everyone. It's wonderful to meet all of you. What I am going to talk about for the next 20 minutes or so is the innovation economy and the vision for global innovation catalyst. My name is Kamran Elahian, and I was born in Iran. I came to the United States when I was 18 years, and I went to the university here. And first, I worked at HP, then I started 10 companies. And the first company when I was 26 years old. Of the 10 companies, 3 of them failed. I was fired twice. 6 of them were successful. Of the 6, the 3 were acquired by bigger companies, and 3 of them had IPOs. Of the ones which had IPOs, all 3 of them were unicorns and had a combined value of over $8 billion. So I learned a lot about the ups and downs of entrepreneurship and saw the both sides of success and failure. The next 15 years of my life, I was a global venture capitalist. We had a global fund for 350 million, and we invested in the United States, Japan, China, India, Israel, and Singapore. And through this process, I learned a lot about innovation ecosystems in many countries. Around 6 years ago, I decided to do something really different. Global Innovation Catalyst was created. But I should say that while the Global Innovation Catalyst started 6 years ago, the last 25 years, my wife and I created our foundation that is very much supportive of GIC's activities. We had educational projects between 1996 and 2003 in 36 countries. We worked with schools, 6,400 schools, and we donated computers to them. And some of the schools, we set up computer labs, and we helped train over 10,000 teachers in these 36 countries or how to use internet and how to bring internet within their curriculum. So I learned a lot about how to work in many different countries and how to do philanthropy around the world. But the GIC has been probably the biggest, the most difficult venture that I have had to work with. And I decided to really go and bring some of the best brains that you have already had exposure to, some of them, to come and help us make this happen. You might wonder, what is the innovation economy? The world started with agricultural economy when we left the caves and came and set up villages. And then we moved into industrial economy. About the 20th century, we started the knowledge economy. And with knowledge economy, there was a big part and evolution of our species that for the first time, all you needed to generate wealth was good brains, and you didn't need to have physical power. You could actually just use your brain and create jobs and create wealth for yourself, for your family. And this was the beginning of a significant participation of women in the economy. And that was an inflection point. Around 20 years ago, with the emergence of broadband, high-speed internet, the world changed and it moved into innovation economy. And that's the topic that we will talk about. You might say, what's the difference between innovation economy versus knowledge economy? In knowledge economy, ideas were everything, and you had to keep your ideas secret, and you had to apply for patents. And whoever had a good idea, it was really amazing, and you could generate a lot of wealth from it. With the spread of broadband internet, the knowledge got distributed all over the world, and many people in many different parts of the world came up with great ideas. So just having ideas was not enough, was not as important as how to go and learn to implement and execute those ideas, how to share those ideas and learn to really attract people, collaborate with them, and make those ideas become reality. Actually, I mentioned to you 3 of my companies failed. They didn't fail because the ideas were bad. One of them was iPad 18 years before iPad. Another one was Skype 5 years before Skype. So obviously the idea was great. What were wrong was I didn't implement, I didn't execute, and my team did not execute, and we made mistakes, and we paid dearly for it. But we learned, and we looked at failure as a stepstone, learning and moving into the next one and becoming better, smarter, wiser on everything that we were doing. Around 40 years ago, I knew this amazing professor at Carnegie Mellon, and he and I were talking. I was trying to hire him to join me in my first company, and he started to talk about this concept of how the world is changing towards a value creation. You can use your hands as a way to generate value. You could use mechanical tools, electromechanical, microelectronic, software, or algorithmic content. The higher you go within this pyramid, you could generate more value per hour because you're using more powerful tools. About 5 years ago, I was making a presentation and had a workshop at the World Bank for chief economists of Africa and chief economists of Middle East. And I showed them how this works in the field of finance. Here is finance manually. This is mechanically, electromechanical with calculators, the finance calculator. It was revolutionary, but it really was the spreadsheet software that brought the biggest change in the field of finance. However, if you want to look at where the world is going, you need to learn about the blockchain, you need to learn about the cryptocurrencies, about NFTs, and how the whole world is based on algorithmic content, the future of finance. This applies to every field, in every geography. It just depends on when this pyramid starts to take place. And as an entrepreneur, you can look at when the inflection point is that one goes from one of these to the next one. Since we are talking about education, here is manual education. With the printing press, Gutenberg's printing press revolution happened, and the knowledge moved out of the hands of some priests and some rabbis and some mullahs who had access to this, or some of the royal courts which had rare books, and it became widely available. With electromechanical printing press, this became possible to print actually newspapers with huge circulations all over the world. But when computers came along using microprocessors, you could put thousands of books in one laptop and carry it around. So actually the need for libraries went away big time. You have to look at it. When was the last time you went to library yourself? And when software allowed us to have online courses, this became quite a revolutionary fact. And so many people started to participate on online courses. However, if you want to look at what is future of education, it's experiential learning. there is billions of pieces of knowledge, whether it is in the form of articles, books, audiobooks, podcasts, vlogs, YouTube videos. Everything is out there. The work, the job of a teacher has changed from just standing up there and giving a lecture to everyone to being a coach that actually uses the recommendation engines, uses the AI to help the students learn on their own, not by just memorizing things. Memorization was very important in knowledge economy. But if you have access to Google search, all the knowledge of the world is available in your hands. And what is really important is learn how to guide a person through this process and give them exercises, ask them to go and face real-time situation and learn from it and figure out how to really make something work. How do you implement and execute something? So as time goes by, as this pyramid has been applied into every field that we could see, the world has changed and the pyramid has started to become actually inverted pyramid. And soon there will be very, very few things that we would do manually or even mechanically, electromechanically. The robots will be doing all of those work for us. And even self-replicating robots would recreate more robots that would do these things. And the work and the jobs of future are all in creative use of software and algorithmic content. Now, if we look at some of the examples, the bookstores disappeared when Amazon came along. The music stores that Virgin Records used to have disappeared when Spotify and Pandora and iTunes came along. The video rental stores all disappeared after Netflix and Hulu and YouTube became popular. So this has been going on everywhere. And all of the old ways of doing things has been changed. And if you look at the top 10 highest value companies in 2009, they were the likes of ExxonMobil, PetroChina, Walmart, China Mobile, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, AT&T. But 10 years later, the highest value companies were Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, even Chinese companies like Alibaba and Tencent that didn't exist in 2009. And I haven't done the check on 2021, but definitely Tesla hit the $1 trillion company. So Tesla is really amazing because of not just the fact that it uses batteries, but every Tesla is connected to the cloud. And as you drive around, captures all the road conditions, all the traffic conditions, construction, everything. And since billions of bits all the time to the cloud, and that's how Tesla is developing their self-driving cars. That would be another revolution on pushing that inverted pyramid towards higher and higher levels of influence and value creation on the part of algorithmic content and software. What is different though is, at my time, if you wanted to create a new company, you had to come to Silicon Valley. That has changed. This slide is a couple years old. I need to update it, but this is a listing of the global unicorns. And as you see, about 50% of the global unicorns have appeared outside Silicon Valley and outside United States. And I'm sure if we update this, the number is even a lot higher. So the world has changed. And what we are looking at to do at GIC is, instead of you having to come to Silicon Valley and learn about entrepreneurship, our job is to help bring Silicon Valley to you, regardless of wherever you are, and help with experiential learning programs that we have, help diffuse, transfer the knowledge that has been really so important. If Silicon Valley was a country, it would be one of the top economies in the whole world. It is quite a phenomenon that can be replicated and customized in many different parts of the world, working with the young people. Now, the effects of COVID-19 have accelerated the adoption of technology. So that pyramid that we talked about, the digitization has really happened, has been accelerated in telemedicine, teleworking, teleeducation. All of that has happened. And the fact that we are actually talking on Zoom is a testament to that, how the face of the world has changed. At GIC, we have this vision to help create 10 million innovation jobs in 10 years. And that started about 6 years ago. So where are we there? Still a long way to go, but we have made significant progress, forming very strong partnerships with top universities and really helping use their content and add our flavor of experiential learning and workshops and mentorship and guidance to make this content become really effective. So what are the jobs of future? There are some hard skills and soft skills. Everybody knows that if you don't learn how to use the software, the newest applications, the newest tools, you cannot be effective. So that is very important. And you can go and develop a lot of software. So many universities are teaching it. But as a minimum, you have to learn how to leverage the software. Don't do things the old-fashioned way. Many times people ask me some questions like, what is the best company to go and talk to as a customer? I said, why are you asking me? Just do a Google search. Learn how to use the amazing tool, the clouds that we have right now, aggregating so much information out there. Learn how to use that effectively and incorporate it into everything that we do. However, in terms of algorithmic content, it used to be only a PhD programs that would teach you about data science, about AI. Then it became master's program, bachelor's. Some universities started to provide it. I really like a company called Polyop. You can check polyop.com that really teaches algorithmic thinking to kids between age of 6 to 18. They learn how to innovate, how to create their own virtual cities, virtual drones, virtual robots, and provide command and control in there. What is the University of Future? Well, if you look at it traditionally, the universities have had a college of engineering, a college of business, a college of design for creative arts, and those have been individual silos. The jobs of future are the people who learn how to collaborate with people across different skill sets. And you can see, Stanford was one of the first universities that set up tech hubs. Within Stanford University, within College of Engineering, they actually help people learn about business something like 30 years ago. And now you see some advanced universities are creating tech hubs. But in countries where this hasn't been accepted yet by the Ministry of Education, you see that many ministries of employment, ministries of economy, or municipal organizations create the tech hubs. Actually, yesterday, AfriLabs started in Djibouti, and they already have over 618 tech hubs all over Africa. Many of these started by private sector or by cooperation between private sector subsidized by local governments. And AfriLabs has about 320 of these tech hubs as part of their team. Within Middle East, the same situation. If you look at countries like Egypt, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, Kuwait, this is a small sample of all the tech hubs that exist there, and that they have become the nucleus that people come over there, meet with each other, learn how to work together, collaborate with each other, and how to go and create the jobs of future. Now, you might say, what are the soft skills that are important? Well, in the fixed mindset, you're afraid of change. With innovation mindset, you strive for change. Fixed mindset, you're afraid of failure. In innovation mindset, you look at it as a stepstone towards success, learning and moving towards success. Success is management of failures. Fixed mindset is single tasking. Here is multitasking. In fixed mindset, you're afraid of feedback. We really look at it as feedback, whether it is from your friends, from your community, from your customers, from your investors, as a way to learn and grow. In fixed mindset, you're jealous of others' success. In innovation mindset, you celebrate, you are inspired by other people's success, and you learn how to actually not keep your ideas secret, but share and learn to cooperate. Now, what is interesting is, because innovation economy is about implementation and execution, and it's about disrupting the traditional economies. As we discussed, Amazon disrupted the bookstores, and Uber disrupted the taxi business, and the Airbnb disrupted the hotel business. It is the business for the youth. Young people strive for change. Young people want change. Older people, the current generation, doesn't like that, typically. And this is where many countries which have a lot of young people have major advantage. And because a huge part of this is sharing knowledge and learning how to collaborate with each other, young people, especially young women, have a major advantage, that they learn from earlier age how to collaborate with each other and how to share ideas. And commenting is, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Women have learned how to do this collaboration better and learn about it at a younger age. So the innovation economy is really the domain of the youth, and the youth have real chance, instead of being a liability, how the UN looks at the youth and youth unemployment, or how World Bank looks at it, to become a major asset. And that's why we are so excited, offering many different courses. And we believe the best way to predict the future is to create it. And you guys are all the creators of the jobs of future. and we will be very proud of your achievements. And I personally will keep track of your progress, and really I'm looking forward to have another amazing cohort experience with you guys. Love you all, and thanks so much for listening.